Good evening. This is Chaplain Anthony James of Marketplace Ministry, where healing takes place, as well as community involvement, community awareness. Just glad to be in the number once again, coming to you live and direct. Just hope everybody's good. Where we discuss community, real talk, just covering, recapping what took place in a few weeks ago, such as, talking about the family breakdown and, pretty much based on parent partnership, becoming a parent partner. We hope you, tap into what Marketplace Ministry is about. Like I said, we're about healing. We're about breaking down the barriers, breaking down the walls, breaking down the lies, all the deceit from generation to generation, from way back then and when until we're doing what we need to do now. Like I said, my co-founder, Keith Henry, we're on Mondays, Tuesdays actually, and Saturdays together. Then the other days we alternate, we have guests or whatever, but I don't have a guest tonight. I'm gonna just get on here and just speak my truth, and hopefully people tap in and, to get a feel of what Marketplace Ministry is bringing to the forefront. This is not a game to me. This is serious business. This is community involvement at its best. And like I said, I hope and pray that people get an understanding that, time, the way we living in our times now, we have social distances going on, COVID-19, we have protesting, we have, the election, all kinds of crazy mess is going on with the election. Both parties are tearing each other down, so you don't even know who to vote for, even if you're going to vote. I encourage the people just, stay focused and keep your eyes on the prize, which is God, as you know him. Seek his face, not his hands. Just seek his face for counsel and let him, deal with you and help you navigate through whatever you need to navigate through. And let's get started on this family breakdown. It's this systemic problem that we have in our communities and society, where 70% statistic wise, and I know it to be true. I'm a chaplain in the prison system, and the numbers are staggering. The numbers is really, really, really not good. 70% of households, African American males. I'm speaking on that because it's crazy, and I'm talking about it. I'm pinpointing it because we need to do better. I'm not saying, well, the whites here, the poor Spanish is here. No, I'm going to talk about us because I am us. I am African American. I am a black man, born and raised in the United States of America, New York preferably. I'm in North Carolina, just trying to speak my truth, like I said. And the families is broken. It's broken down. It's broken. It's broken badly. And I don't really hear too many other people, elaborating on this topic. So God put me out here, and I'm honored, because I'm coming on here with the truth. I'm coming on here with trying to help us understand the magnitude of how serious this situation is. Whereas, we on social media heavy. Everybody's on social media. Everybody's on some form of social media. But are we really doing what we are supposed to do as far as uplifting one another? You know what I mean? Are we really talking to each other? Are we really talking to our families? Are we really talking to the baby daddies and, the baby mamas and all that stuff? It's whack. It's out of whack. And so my thing is, man, it's frustrating. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not an easy task, but God never gives you easy task anyway. He never, whenever God appoints you something to do, it's never going to be easy. But he said his yoke is easy and his burden is light, because I feel the heaviness of this burden that has been placed on my shoulders. And so the best way I deal with it, I try to deal with it by being honest. And I raise my hand, because God ain't gonna make you do nothing. He offers you something, if you have been through some things, and he feels that you may understand what's really going on, and you'll put it out there so people can get something from you. And so that's where I'm at right now in the Marketplace Ministries, where I pretty much have to understand that in these times that we're living in, man, the families are separated. And what's going on, T? How you, man? Everything's good. Hope all is well with you and your family, man. But yeah. But anyway, the family structure is busted. It is. I was a product of that. I have 3 children by 3 different women. So I understand, but one thing I can honestly say that, I left their house, but I didn't leave their life. You know what I mean? So me and my children, we have a relationship. It's always room for improvement. We communicate. When they want to communicate, it's based on really daddy, but hopefully they see things down the line that is necessary to connect. But the flip side of that is the woman. If they're not encouraging the children to deal with daddy because of their shortcomings, because of their anger, because of their whatever they dealing with, then it's hard. It's hard for men to really connect with the family, even though, because I believe it, most men that step out of relationships and have children by women, they feel that. You can't tell me that they don't. I hear most women say, nah, they don't care. Nah, that's a lie. Men love hard. I'm one. We love hard. And sometimes some things we don't understand. We make decisions based on emotions, based on our feelings sometimes. And, it's really not about emotions, but sometimes we do it. And so, but at the end of the day, the kid suffers through that drama. The kid suffers through that, madness or selfishness, you know what I mean? And this goes for the Christians, this goes for the Buddha, this goes for the Islam, this goes for whatever religion, what you're dealing with. If you're not in your child's life, the word of God says you're less than an infidel. And that's in every book that you read. It might state it differently, but it means the same thing. And so we have to understand the seriousness of what's going on now. It's man, these kids out here, they tripping. They done lost their way because the parents have lost their way. I believe, in my heart, that if the woman and the man that brought this child into the world, if they separated, if they don't have nothing to do with each other, that's the problem. Because the kids are seeing both parents. They love both parents. But the kids are put in positions to deal with the one that's visible to them. And that's mainly, I know some men that have access or have custody of their children, but it's rare. It's not, you can count on your hand, pretty much. Most of the time, the women have access to the children because most men really don't want to take children or fight women with the children, and so, but at the end of the day, once the man leaves, man, they get slammed in the face, they get kicked down, and while they down, they're getting kicked, not just by the woman, but by the system as well. And so that's where all this Section 8, that's where all this welfare, the social service thing came in at, to remove the black man out of the family. You know what I'm saying? To move the man out of the family. You know what I mean? So that way, because the system feels like this, if we're giving you subsidies for this child, what do you need him for? What do you need him for? And so, boom, now the man is like, wow, hold up. What do you mean? That's my child. No, but this is what I'm getting from them. So this is what's going to happen. And so the women buy into that. And man, they don't understand what they're buying into, because basically what you have done now, you have helped the system have job security now. So now they put situations in motion and things in motion to whereas the man is locked out. And if the man doesn't understand how to fight the system or fight to stay in his child's life, he's cut off. He's cut off. And I'm telling you, I know men, including myself, I was cut off from a lot of things. 20 years, my income tax was being taxed. My whole income tax, not a piece of it, but the whole. You tell me how a person work honestly on the books, then everything gets snatched. No, that's not fair, man. That's some old nasty demonic crap that's going on. That's slavery all over again, modern day. And so you can't really fight because they have laws. Like I'm in a state now, North Carolina. Oh man, it's dirty down here. Man, they'll come to you. The sheriffs will come to your door if you owe $40. If you behind $40, you understand? You can even go borrow $40, but if you behind on that paper, they knocking at your door. And if you can't present $40 right then and there, you going down. That's terrible. That is slavery right there. That's control. And so I'm saying a woman can't come to me and tell me that she's in control by herself, raising a child. You can't tell me that. You can't tell a real man that. You can't tell God that neither. Try telling God that you're in control by yourself and you fighting the person to keep them out of the child's life because you think you're getting certain subsidies and benefits and stuff like that to keep that child, to keep that man out of the loop. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy because you know whatever gotten into you, the hate that you're dealing with, the malice that came into your heart, man, if you don't change it, whatever you think you're doing to that man, you're doing to your child. Vice versa, men. Whatever you think you're doing to that child by not trying to fight and be in their life, you are doing whatever you think you're doing towards that woman. Because a lot of times men get pissed off and against the woman. And then now you back up from the child. What do you think you're doing to that child? You're hurting the child. So I'm talking to the men and the women. I ain't talking to just one party. This message, this topic is becoming parent partners. This is what this topic is about. This topic ain't say, yo, blame, 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 like we've been doing, and the system is winning. The system is winning. Because the system really cares less about you being successful in the family. They're thriving off of that. Because had we not had these issues, it wouldn't be laws in motion in place. It wouldn't be. But because there is, it's growing. It's not stopping. Child support is a monster. They're a beast. They think that whatever they're doing is sufficing for the family, and it's tore the family down. It has literally tore our families up. And if people can agree with me and be truthful and be honest and put their pride to the side or their ego or what have you, man, you would probably agree. You would probably agree. God did not charge Marketplace Ministry to come on here and talk yada, 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 or trash. No, I'm speaking to people. I'm trying to speak to not your head, but your hearts. To check this out because we're being bamboozled. How my man say, led astray. Malcolm X, come on. This is what we're being. And our kids are getting kicked in the can. While we feuding, Satan is running amok. Satan is having his way with us when it comes down to this topic here. You know what I mean? He's like, wow, y'all arguing or y'all fighting? Come on. So what do you think is going to happen? We're going to keep losing. As long as we don't come together for the betterment of our children, we're going to lose. And that's what we're doing. I know half of y'all ain't sleeping good. Because if you can sleep good and your child is in disarray, things are happening without your say-so, most of the time it's the men. If you can lay down and go to bed at night peace and sleep. Try to get a peaceful rest. If you sleeping peacefully at night, man, something's wrong with you. Something's seriously wrong with you. If you sleeping at night peacefully, something's wrong with you. And your kids is going through all this hell on earth. You understand? I'm talking about school. And now this COVID situation, man, you don't know what's going to happen to your children. They making them take vaccines before they go back to school. Oh, that thing, when it do hit, oh, it's going to be people taking vaccines, man. You ain't going to know nothing. And then what? God forbid if that vaccine do something crazy, then you had no say-so. Right now, to be frank, honest with you, I don't even really have much say-so when it comes down to this thing. And that's the sad part about it. As much as I would love to have say-so, I've been fought so long in this thing. I'm not coming on here boo-hooing, crying. I'm just telling you the God honest truth. You know what I mean? I got children by other women, but man, these women have no respect for me. They have no respect. If they don't respect me, they sure enough ain't respecting no child. Buying the child clothes and toys and all that, man, that's not respecting. You still suppressing the love that they really have for their fathers. So I'm saying, men, if you can see fit, if you can understand what's really, really, really going on here, yo, change up your way of doing things, man. Change up your way of thinking. Go down to the courthouse and let them know. Listen, this is what I'm talking about in the COVID. They open. You understand? They may do the social distancing thing, but they open. Go down there and petition. Visitation. Joint custody. And it's going to be residential with mom. Unless you fighting to take your child, which I don't think you want to do that unless the mother's doing so much craziness. You know, some of them are. But still, it's going to be a tug of war. So I'm saying, if you can find in your heart, you need to do that. You need to start showing up in your child's life. You need to start making it personal. Like, yo, I have to see my child. That's my seed. Now, if you can bring a seed in this world and you can do that, man, you like the devil. Literally. You like Satan. If you're allowing your kids to go through this hell on earth, you like Satan. I'm just going to call you out, whoever doing it. And if you are changing, if you can. It's up to you, man. It's up to you, man. It ain't up to the woman to change this paradigm. It's up to us, men. We call ourselves men. Just because you lay down and make a baby, that don't make you a man. You a male. Male and men are two different things. So if you a man, you can't sleep. You can't go down. I can't just rest. If something's going on with my child, and I do know, because I stay in communication with them. It's so social media is you better use that. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't writing letters, you better get on social media and make sure you connecting with your child. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what's going on with your child. You don't know. And then you out here bragging like you all that, you doing this, and you ain't seen your child and win? Come on, man. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out because God is tired of it. He's tired of the foolishness. And then these women, I'm telling you, a lot of the times the women, I understand, they get pissed off. You know, you lay with him too, though. If you disrespecting him, that's who you are too. You understand? You can't disrespect him. Let's stop all the disrespect, all the nasty name calling. Let's stop all the childlike thinking. And let's come together now and say, listen, hold up, man. I could do better. I can make a decision to step in the direction of doing better. It don't matter how much you do better, just do better. One step at a time. That's all God is asking you. Because if you do one step, God will open the door for you. Because he's challenging you right now to put the foolishness aside. To say, yo, it ain't about me. It's about my children. You know what I mean? If you keep thinking it's about you, then something's twisted in your thinking. You angry, you know, and really, to be honest with you, and you ain't mad, you ain't angry, men and women, you hurt. You hurt. Who hurt you? Who hurt you? So does a kid have to suffer because you're hurting inside? Do the right thing, and maybe you'll stop hurting. Because as long as you hurting, hurt people. You don't even realize how you hurting that child. And then that child, what we doing is hurt. We're passing it down generationally. Now they're raising kids doing the same thing. Not staying in a relationship. Now, boom, you did what daddy, you did what mama did. So now you hurting the next generation. So it's like a domino effect, and Satan is like eating. Lovely. He's sitting back and saying, yeah, okay, keep on not listening. Keep on, da-da-da-da. He back there charging you. Saying, yeah, okay. And it's really not about you, because he's really smiting God. Because he's saying, yeah, I told you I got this. And they ain't listening to you. They don't even hear you. And then God put people on this earth to speak his word, to put the truth out. And then people ignore that. You understand? So I'm not ignoring anything. I'm well aware of what's going on. And what I can't fix, I can't fix. But what I can, I'm going to try my best to do what I'm supposed to do. Not what I have to do, because when you are put in a position where you have to do something, it's not a good thing. But when you do what you're supposed to do, that's when God adds his super on your natural ability and helps make it a supernatural, because he know you can't handle it by yourself. But if he see you not trying, then what you praying? What you man, listen, you throwing up prayers that ain't deaf to his ear. It's just grace and mercy. And come on, man, if you always need a mercy and a grace, man, or a miracle, nah, you shouldn't need a miracle taking care of your kids. Just do it. You lay down. Try to get back that mindset when that child was conceived by two people that say they loved each other. Maybe you didn't know what love was. Maybe you thought love was a feeling. Maybe you thought love was an emotional situation when you climaxed or whatever. Maybe you thought that was love. But I like to believe that when you did all of that, the baby came, and now you love that situation. Now things didn't go as planned. It went sour. So now you separated. Now the child is there with the mom. Man, this is some heavy mess, man. I'm telling you, I almost didn't get on tonight because my stomach started bothering me. Like, I'm like, Lord, why am I feeling like this? Like, some things started to happen, and I was looking at the news. And let me tell you something. Keep watching this tell a lie to your vision. Man, that has an anointing on that. What's going on? And it's not a God anointing either. It's a lot of rhetoric. It's a lot of deceit. It's a lot of resentment. It's a lot of anger. It's a lot of hurt. It's a lot of mess. And if we keep with these gates, these are eye gates. We got ear gates. Whatever we keep listening to, whatever we keep watching, eventually we come out of your mouth. Then you start repeating things. And that's what I felt. I was sitting here watching all this stuff that going in Trump. You know, you got Joe Biden, you got this one, you got that one saying this, you got that one saying this. And it just took me to a place where I shouldn't have been able to go, but I focused on that. And it locked in and it got in. And now I'm praying, asking God to allow me to get this mess out of me, up off me, out of my heart, because it pissed me off. It's mayhem. That's what it is. It pissed me off. And so the bottom line is, I had to ask God to forgive me. And you know, even me and my wife got into a situation. We was talking and I got heated over nothing. Like what she was saying was true, but I took it the wrong way because I was letting things get at me. You understand? And so now I have to release that in the air and let it go. And to deal with this topic, what we're talking about, because this is a serious topic right here. This is really, really, really so serious right now. These kids are fending for themselves. Even if the child is living with the mom is like missing in action, because the child most of the time is on social media or that tell a lie to your vision. They getting inundated with all this information. So now if the dad wants to come and talk some sense into the child is pretty much knocking the sense down now because they on Google. They believe Google. Everything is Google. Everything is Sarah. Everything is this. Everything is that. But the Father. So it's a mess right now, people. And I'm praying, Lord, I'm like, God, man, this is crazy. So you're not just fighting against the woman if there's a fight. You're fighting against the system that's creating all of this false advertisement. All of this stuff, man, is going on right now. If y'all can't see the writing on the wall and y'all want to keep playing house, y'all want to keep playing mad at each other, y'all want to keep playing, I don't like it, you keep on. Our community is being demolished. It's like almost, to be honest with you, it's almost like, I used to always hear this and people used to say certain things. It's almost like we're being extinct. Like we're being wiped. It looked like, it's almost like we're being wiped out, man. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see it? Man, I know I'm not the only one. I got glasses on, but man, do y'all see the writing on the wall? That things are happening at a rapid pace. Things are moving fast. It's accelerating because sin is abound. It's sin everywhere. It's sin in our houses. So God is saying, get your house in order. Ain't nobody paying attention to that much. They out in the street. They trying to front to everybody like they this, that, and the third. Like they doing them. Oh, they successful. Man, please. We struggling. We hurting. Let's be honest. We hurting. Our communities is hurt right now. We need healing. And if we don't pray for healing, because God says, the people that are called by my name, turn your face to him and humble yourself and turn from your wicked ways. Then he will then hear from heaven and then he will heal the land. Man, you don't see no land being healed. It's fires that can't be put out in the West Coast. What do you hear? What do you see healing? What? It's poverty everywhere. You got the ones, the 1% that's rich, that's got wealth and all that. Man, they don't care nothing about our communities, man. Do they? You think? Come on. They don't care nothing about. You see the government, what's going on. People ain't getting nothing. You got people have to move in with their parents. They can't even get money. They can't even get jobs. They can't. You might get a job, but man, listen, it's coming. We're ushering, let me tell you what's really going on. We're ushering, God is allowing, Jesus is sitting at the right hand of the Father, interceding for us. Things are being ushered into the second coming, I believe, the second coming of Christ. People can say all they want. They can be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Keep living. Keep living. Keep living. If you really understand and really know your Bible, if you know what's really going on, man, keep living. You're going to see. And then we don't want to come together. We can't even come outside of our households and greet one another with love. We can't even say good morning. We have the audacity to be mad. Mad at what? Get mad at yourself and change. That's what God is requiring right now. He's saying if you don't change, I'm gonna allow things to happen so crazy. He says the earth is it has to bow down. Every knee will bow. Every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. It's coming to that. All the Muslims, I'm telling you, Muslims, Buddhists, atheists, they coming to God. They gonna have to, because he's the creator. You're gonna have to. And God, all God's saying, family, take care of your family, love one another. That was the greatest command. Love thy neighbor as you love thyself. Love your children, love your baby mama. Because to make it in, you gotta love. You keep dealing with that nasty hate in your heart, and it's tearing you down. Walking around sick, you mess things up, just tearing you up. You're on medication, you're running to the doctor. Come on now. We ain't living right. We ain't living. You can eat healthy all day long, but if your heart ain't healthy, you ain't healthy. You can eat all the tofu. You can go on whatever diet you think you're going to go on. If your heart is dark, you ain't healthy. You're not. So all this trying to work out and go to the gym and get stuff off your mind, no, you better get it out your heart. You better get it out your heart, because what happened in your mind, it went to your heart. It then slipped to your heart. And that's where issues of life flow. I know what I'm talking about. I lived in dark places. I lived in dark places for a long time in my life. So let me tell you this. I'm not in no dark place no more. I'm in the light. God is pushing me. And I'm telling you, I'm trying to push y'all so that we can say, man, listen, let's stop this foolishness. Chap, okay, Chap, I hear you, Chap. You know, what's going on, Keith, man? Come on, it's time, man. Because how can you say you love God who you can't see? And your next door neighbor and your wife or your husband or your baby daddy or your baby mama, your sister and your brother, you can see them, but you hating on them. You lie. God calls you a liar. You're a liar. So if you want to change that trajectory of your life, repent right now. Just ask God for forgiveness. And then please do me a favor. No, do yourself a favor. Forgive yourself. Because without forgiving yourself, you can't forgive nobody else. It's impossible. I got a Kingdom Wear store. KingdomWearStore.com. I sell shirts. I'm telling you, it's real talk. Change, I got it on right now. Change ain't change until you change. It ain't gonna change until you change. Not Y-O-U, you, meaning me, you. Until you change, it ain't gonna change for you. It's not. Until you start being nicer, until you start being more kind, more helpful, because really you owe it to yourself, but mainly you brought children in this world. I'm not getting off track here. I'm gonna keep that fresh. We're talking about the family unit here. The family unit is busted right now. Like I told you before, that's staggering numbers. 70% of males. I'm gonna say males because it ain't men out the households, males. I was one of them. I believe I grew up some in the last few years. I grew up some. Because the Bible says when I was a child, I spoke as a child. But when I grew up, I had to put childish things away. So if you in a man's body, you got muscles, oh, you got beard, you got hair on your face, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. But you a baby. You still a child. You might got boo-boo in your pants. I hope not. We have to change, people. I'm telling you, the mother and the father. And I've said this several times, many a times. If the mother and father of those children don't come to an agreement to help their child, it's no help. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. You can dismiss that father all you want. You can dismiss that mother all you want. But guess who's going to get busted in the head? That child. Because now you're making the child choose between the two. Oh, he ain't no good. Oh, well, most men don't really talk bad about, they may talk bad by themselves, but they don't talk bad to no kids about. Then you got some fathers that do that. Go in on the mother to the child. And then the child looking upside your head, just like the child looking upside the mother's head. But they have fear in them because they can't really say nothing because you're providing the food, you're providing the shelter, you're providing the clothes, you're providing the toys. So now they're stuck. They don't know what to say, how to say it. So they quietly go through turmoil in their beds at night, praying to God. They're praying. They're asking somebody help them. They might be talking to the devil. You don't know that. Satan might be dealing with them in their ear. Because when confusion comes, that's where he comes. Darkness comes in. So don't get it twisted. You think your kids, you don't know what your kid, and, let me go here. Thank you, Lord. Medication is take over. You got a lot of these kids on medication because they're being diagnosed. Once they feel like the schools feel like they too active or something ain't right, you know what they do? ADHD. Oh, schizophrenic. Oh, they got medication for them. They hitting them. And men, you sitting down ain't doing nothing? Please, 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 please. You know what I mean? Please. I'm gonna see what's going on. I'm gonna see what's going on. See what you're talking about on here. Rocky moment.
Oh Lord, they're
What's going
connected.
on? Yeah, we connected. What's good? You wanted to connect, right?
Yeah, I wanted you to talk. Actually, I had some questions about the ADHD part.
Okay.
So, hold on one second. Oh, dog it. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second.
Come on now. You on the airway now putting what's up? Well, I don't know what's going on. I tried to time somebody in because actually me and my co-founder is not on tonight. I wanted to give somebody an opportunity to share something. You know what I mean? But hopefully if she stopped buffering, we can, whatever question she has, I will try to elaborate on that. I mean, that's attention deficit disorder. You understand what I'm saying? And I said that for a reason, because at the end of the day, I know what I'm talking about. I worked in mental health. I'm still in mental health. Okay. So I know what I'm talking about. But guess what? When I was a child, I could put it on myself. When I was a child in school, my parents stayed together. But at the end of the day, I was a mischievous child. I got into a lot of mischief. And the bottom line is, what happened was this: they sent me to a psychiatrist of the school. And when they sent me to Dr. Boxwell, I'll never forget Dr. Boxwell. I was in the 6th grade. They was like, but this happened to these kids earlier than that. But anyway, he was like, man, are you hearing voices? I was like, man, are you hearing voices? I was out of control. I didn't care. But anyway, he was like, draw a car and put 5 wheels on it. So I said, all right. So I drew a car, I put 4 wheels, and I put the last wheel on top of the car. He went in on me because he was like, what I said, man, you something wrong with you, man. I got suspended for that crap. Okay. That was way back then. I'm 55 years old now. This was all the way when I was in the 6th grade. It was trying to handle me because my parents allowed that to happen, is what I'm saying. Not understanding the system, not understanding what can really happen to these kids. When you put the decision in their hands, man, they don't care nothing about your kids. Your kid is just a number. And that's real talk. So if you feuding and fighting one another and y'all arguing, the mother of the father, the mother of the son, the child, and the father of the child, y'all feuding, man, they can do anything to your children. They can do anything to them and you will not know nothing. And then you'll feel messed up once you get to that child and they stuck on some old medication crap. Sure, real talk. And I'm telling you, that's what's happening in our world right now. Even with this vaccine mess about to come, shoot, man, they gonna make these kids take this vaccine to go back to school. You don't know what this vaccine is. They rushing some old bull crap together to shoot up in your kids to see if their immune system can fight it off. You do not know what's going on. I'm coming at the mothers and the fathers. And I'm shame on you women for fighting these men and not letting these men be a father to their child. I don't care if they is raggedy. If they want to be a father to their children, you need to let them. You need to let them. You don't know how this thing can change. One word from that dad can change that child. You don't know, but you keeping the man away, and then some men you staying away. So it's not working both ways. So we need to stop, parents, and grow up and help take care of these children. Not just welfare, but well-being. They don't just need money. They need hugs. They need affirmation. They need to be told that, yo, you are smart. You are great, king, queen. You are the apple of God's eye and mine and your mama's. We need to get off of this pity party and stop it. We need to stop it because it's hurting the children. They're the ones that's out there busting them guns. They're the ones that's out there smoking that high grade. They're the ones that's out there tripping on each other, having sex because they saw y'all do it, and now boom, now they doing it. So now they bringing children in this world, and they children. Come on now. So y'all got me out here now. You got me out here, and I thank God to be out here because I'm telling you the truth. And God ain't gonna listen. I'm not gonna get charged by God. He told me to do it, so I'm doing it with love, compassion, and I'm telling you, and I know because I've been there, done that. I ain't talking about something I have not experienced. This is what I experienced. It cost me hell to get into relationships with women when I was a boy and didn't understand responsibility, didn't want no responsibility. All the responsibility I wanted was to have sex with a woman. That's it. But I know the after fact, once that child, because one harvest responds to seed. The earth is made up of three things: seed, time, and harvest. When you sow that seed, you keep having sex, you're going to water the seed with no protection. Then guess what? Harvest is coming. That's the baby. That's the bambino. That's the baby. And then what you going to do? Leave it for somebody else to take care of? God says you're less than an infidel. And if the woman, even the system don't care about breaking the man down because the devil is in charge of the breakdown. And if we adhering to his voice, spiritually inclined to the devil, man, you crazy. You hearing with the wrong, you hearing with the ears of your head, not with the ears of your heart. If you struggling, tap into God. He'll show you how to do it. He'll teach you how to love. But if you tapping into other people to show you how to love, you getting the wrong message. You're not getting, when you tap into people, you're not getting the agape love. You getting the eros, which is the lusty kind of love, and you getting the filio, which is the like kind of love. Because we know we like people. We ain't loving you. Cost too much. See, love costs. Love costs. See, we'll like you so we can cut you off. But love, you got to be connected. You got to grow. Even through the pain, even through the whatever, you got to grow. You understand? And so one of the fruits of the spirit is long suffering. You have to suffer long with love. That's what Jesus had to deal with. So who are we? Are we exempt? No. You're not getting exempt. Nah. Jesus has dealt with it differently. He went to the Father. Every time pressure came, he went right to the Father and got instructions on how to deal with it without making decisions like we make all the time. We cop out and make dumb decisions and then, oh, Lord, help me. Nah, you're going to reap what you sow because you knew what you was doing. You knew what you was doing. Everybody on the sound of my voice knows what's going on. Now, when you get caught up, now you sorry? Nah, you sorry now. You sorry now. But let's get to this healing thing. Let's get to this healing. But if you don't check yourself, you're going to continue to wreck yourself. And you're going to wreck your children. Guess what? And you're going to wreck the mother of your children. So if you think that's funny with her struggling with your child, something's wrong. Something seriously wrong, man. Boys, if you're doing that. And if you're a boy, then come up, change. But if you hanging around boys, you ain't gonna change. If you hang around men, real men ain't dealing with that nonsense. They handling their business. Even if you made mistakes, God is giving you the opportunity to change it tonight. Even if whatever mistakes you made, for there's no condemnation, for there's no condemnation, for there's no condemnation. Get convicted. Allow the Spirit of God to convict you. Convict your heart so you can change, man, because it's not good. I know it don't feel good. I was there. I know y'all, whoever there's there. Let it go, man. Let it go. Pray about it. If you got to cry, go ahead and cry, man. Go ahead. Loose it. Let it go. So God can fill you back up with his spirit, man. I'm telling you, that's what he's waiting on. That's why he's putting it out here like that. Because he said, let it go. You got too much garbage in you. Release it. Release it. And if you don't got to release it to nobody. Go in your secret place. Psalms 91, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide in the power, under the powers of the all, on the shadows of the Almighty. That means release it. Get a secret place in your house, please. Because if you don't have a secret place, oh, that devil going to beat you down. The world is going to beat you down. I'm telling you. Been there. I didn't know my secret place until I went to prison. In that dark place, man. And I found God. I found the true and living God. Not through church, not hallelujah, shouting all crazy. I did all that. Ran around the church, you know what I'm saying, in front of people, trying to want people to know that I got something. I ain't have nothing. I didn't have anything but foolery. But I let it go. I did that time. It saved my life because I began to have a relationship with God as I knew him. And you can have peace of God, but do you have peace with God? It's a big difference, people. And I'm not talking something that you ain't never heard, because you probably done heard this, but you may not. I don't know. But I'm just telling you, I'm coming. This is live and direct. This is Marketplace Ministry, and this is how we come. And that for that sister that came on, that couldn't get on, don't worry about it. You good. But attention deficit disorder, that's what that means. ADHD. They said I had something. They said I was crazy in school. They had psychiatrists seeing me. Oh, they had everybody come see. Oh, I had one principal call. My sisters didn't be tripping. I had one principal named Mr. Hicks. He's passed away. He told Mama, he said, Jiminy Christmas, Mrs. James. What are we going to do with your son? I said, man, shut up. I was off the chain. I don't know where that came from, but that's just who I was. This man, I ain't going to say he was out of control. He really liked me. But I was a black kid. He was a white principal. So he really wanted to shut me down. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because I didn't really do nothing wrong. I used to raise my hand a lot in class. And they said I was disturbing the class. Because I wanted to find out what the lesson was about. I didn't understand. So I raised my hand. They was like, you raising your hand too much. You disrupting the class. Go down to the office. So I was the type, when I went down to the office, I'm flipping the desk over before I go out the classroom. It was wrong, but hey. So that's what I'm saying about these kids. When a kid don't understand something, they may act out. That don't mean that they're crazy. That don't mean that they need medication. Now today, they shut these kids down. I mean, shutting them down. I worked in mental health. I'm still in mental health. I'm telling you, I saw it. I seen it. Oh, he has autism. Oh, she has autism. No. You're just out of control and you don't know how to handle a child because you have no patience with a child. You probably don't have any kids. And if you do, they're on medication. So you think because your kid's on medication, my kid's supposed to be on medication. No, especially black kids. We got so much energy. We're so intelligent. We're smart. Come on. So they're going to shut us down. Come on. It's history. Let's go back. History. I don't like to go all the way back there, but bringing it forward, they shut us down, man. So men, women, please come together. Make a phone call to your baby mama. Text her. Say, listen, you know what? I would love to see my child. And if she acts dumb, this is what I'm telling you to do. Go down to the court. Get visitation right. Joint custody. I ain't even telling you to be patient no more because it's over with being patient. Especially in that situation, you have rights. I don't care if you do owe child support money. Child support is a different courtroom from family court. Family court, the judge will, unless the only way you wouldn't get visitation, joint custody with the mother is because something going on with you. something messed up with you. When you go down to the courtroom, you better go correct. Because they're going to dig in your jacket. They're going to dig in your past. They're going to dig in. They dug in. I was in prison. Listen, I didn't care. Listen, that's all. I wasn't no pedophile. I wasn't abusive. You know, I had somewhere to bring my child. So listen, even if you don't have a home, you can get your child and drive him away, pick him up on or her on a bus, spend time, and then drop the kid back off. But you must do that. You must do that because that child is waiting for you. That child wants to see their daddy. That child needs to see their daddy for real. We need to stop playing these stupid little games because these kids are being like ping pongs. Pow, 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 pow. And you don't even understand what's going on. Just keep in mind of what I'm saying. It's real. This is real. This is not a game. For real. This is not a playground. This is a battleground. And the more we get into this thing, the more things are unfolding. It's unraveling. You know, come on. Stuff is getting, it's crunch time now. Come on, y'all see the writing on the wall. Why we still want to be separated? Come on now. Why? I know what happened in slavery. It cracked our mindsets. Man, we have to be stronger than that today. Let's say, you know what, man, I know what happened in history. Let's do better now. How about that? Let's get on that mindset. Let's do better now for the betterment of our children, the betterment of our babies' mamas, the betterment of our babies' fathers. Come on, family. We got to be family. God is saying, that's what God is saying. He's want the family unit back in order. It's up to us, y'all. It's up to us. We are in control. The only way to keep spiraling out of control is because we keep allowing it to spiral out of control because of money, because of things. If a person is not more important than things, something's seriously wrong with you. Something's seriously wrong with you. You're missing it. If you put money and you put cars and you put a house, you put shoes, you put everything over a person, man, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray that God speak to you and deal with you because you need to be dealt with because you out of control. You out of control. You literally out of control. And if I'm talking to you, I hope you change. I hope you focus and say, wow, man, this dude is saying some stuff, man, but I ain't ready. Okay, if you ain't ready to change, your kid's going to keep getting busted in the head. How about that? Your kid going to be getting slammed for real. Slammed. Oh, you think this internet is a joke? Man, please. This internet is designed to keep you in a position where you focus. I see people, they don't even come out their phone. I see people walk. I see these kids walk right into a wall, walk right in the middle of the street and will get hit by a car because they can't get their eyes out of this thing. This one-eyed monster, I call it. I have a phone. I ain't perfect, but I pay, man, this thing ain't dripping me like that. And my kids, I'm trying to reach them. It's hard because they're being inundated with so much information. We need revelation. We need revelation, people. We need to hear from God. We need to hear from God. And if you can't hear from God, ooh, man, you're in a messed up situation because you got so much clutter. You got so much clutter. You can't hear because God says there's many voices. Whose voice will you hearken to? He said, my sheep know my voice. If you don't know God's voice, oh, you in trouble. You in trouble. Man. God be giving me this hard stuff to put out, man. But listen, I don't care. I'm putting it out here because long as he's pleased with me, then it's going to line up. I know everybody ain't going to be pleased with me. I don't care about nobody being pleased with me. I'm being pushed out here. I'm being chosen to do this. I'm honored to help somebody. If one person hear and move on what God is saying through me, man, bless you. Bless you. Keep on doing it. Keep striving. Keep on doing it. But if y'all sitting there with the whatever y'all dealing with, man, because if you throw a rock in a pack of dogs, the one who holler is the one you hit. Now, if you hollered when I said something, twitch, whatever, I was talking to you then. I was talking to you. That means change. That means you have an opportunity to change. It's all about changing now, people. It's all about listening to the right things for the right reason. I'm not on here bashing nobody. I don't get credit for doing that. I'm on here trying to be honest. This is my pulpit. I pitch my tent everywhere. The Apostle Paul said, pitch your tent everywhere you go. I'm doing it. I found social media. Hallelujah. I used to always try to get in the pulpit. I'll be honest with you, I never liked the pulpit, just being real. I was prophesied over so many years, oh, you're going to be a bishop, you're going to be this. Man, I hate the pulpit. That's just me talking. Because I think when I'm looking up, when I'm at the pulpit, I think when I'm looking down at people, I'm talking down to them. So I never liked it for that reason alone. And I thank God for allowing me to become a chaplain so I move around and do this ministry like this. And everywhere I go, I never liked looking down on people because I didn't want to talk down to people. Because sometimes when you looking down on somebody, you tend to talk down to them for whatever reason. Not everybody. I'm just saying that's what I felt like. So I'm glad I denounced the pulpit. This is my pulpit. Wherever I go, this is my pulpit. This is my ministry. And so God is definitely utilizing me because I want to be utilized, man. I don't want the same old, my street name was Ant-Man. I hate that name, but that's what it was. God gave me another name, Chaplain James. He called me to chaplaincy, where I can minister to people, where I can help people to be set free. You know what I mean? I love this walk. I love this talk because it's of God and I'm in it. I ain't trying to win nothing. I'm trying to direct souls to Christ. That's it. That's my job. That's my purpose in this life. I'm trying to help families because it hurts me to see families just being destroyed every single day. Kids are just running and doing what they want to do. And then the Black Lives Matter, I'm with the Black Lives Matter, but I'm also with we helping each other understand what that means. Because all this senseless killings, it's like, man, when is this going to stop? When we stop it? God ain't coming out here doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? God is not coming out here doing anything. He's telling us we have the power over Satan's ability to change anything. So we need to start changing this stuff because he's given us power to do this thing. But if we don't take the initiative to help each other heal, you might as well just keep on doing what you're doing then. I'm not doing it. I'm going to follow what God is saying the best I can. And when I miss the mark, I'm going to ask him for forgiveness and keep it moving. That's it. So at the end of the day, this is what it is. What you see is what you get. I ain't painting the face. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't trying to be fine. I ain't trying to be cute. I ain't trying to be nothing but trying to be correct in what God is telling me to be. That's it. I ain't on here looking for nothing but for help. If I can get help, I'm looking for people to walk alongside of Marketplace Ministry. As if you have an organization and you doing something, I'm looking to walk alongside of you, not in front of you, not in back of you, but alongside of you so we can grow together, so we can help each other, each one teach one. That's what I'm on. I'm on life, the God kind of life though. You understand? Because I'm held accountable for this stuff. I don't come on here. I ain't shooting the breeze, man. I know I'll be on here for an hour. These hours be zooming by. But I'm full right now. I came on here with a stomach ache. But thank you, Lord. I don't have that now because I released the energy that I was supposed to release. That brought in healing because I'm trying to help heal. So I believe when you make whatever you make happen for somebody else, God will make happen for you. So at the end of the day, it's on. We got 28 seconds, and I appreciate y'all timing in. Just keep following. Follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. I'll follow you. Let's stay together. Women, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all coming on because I'm trying to holler at y'all too, because y'all want to do the right thing, but I'm trying to usher these boys into men. And I believe we'll get there, but help them out. Get your knee off the neck. You understand? And let's do this to the next.